Okay, let's just jump right in. We're going to break down a real, practical system for saving $10,000 even on a totally normal income. And no, this isn't about magic or some secret trick. It's just about using a much, much smarter method. But first, we have to face a pretty tough reality. An incredible 90% of people who set a big savings goal like this one, they give up. And they give up within just 6 months. If that feels a little too familiar, trust me, you are not alone. And here is the most important thing I want you to hear. If you failed before, it is not your fault. It's not a weakness. It's not a lack of discipline. The problem is that the way most of us were taught to save money is just completely backwards. It's designed to fight against the way our brains are naturally wired. I'm serious. Your own brain is actively working against you. There's this psychological principle called loss aversion. And what it means is that the pain of losing something feels about twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining that exact same thing. So every single time you manually transfer money to savings, your brain feels a little pang of loss, like a punishment. So if the old advice, just cut back and try harder, is basically designed to fail, what actually works? Well, it all starts with one simple but really powerful piece of data. So, a study back in 2004 uncovered something pretty incredible. It found that people who used a specific automation strategy saved almost 4 times more money than people who were just trying to rely on good old-fashioned willpower. The lesson here is huge. The difference wasn't the person, it was the system. So, what is the system? We call it the automation engine. Think of it like a simple machine that you build one time, and it's specifically designed to bypass all that psychological friction, that feeling of loss that we were just talking about. And the setup is beautifully simple. Step 1, your paycheck lands in your checking account, just like it always does. Step 2, and this is the crucial part, your bank automatically splits the money for you. A set amount goes straight to savings, and the rest goes into a separate account for your daily spending. Then, step 3 is the secret weapon. Whatever money is left in your spending account at the end of the month gets automatically swept into savings. You make one decision, one time, and the system just does the heavy lifting for you forever. Now, once that money is saved, you give it a job. You can use it to build up that all-important emergency fund. You can let it earn more money for you in a high-yield savings account, or you can put it to work building real long-term wealth in investment accounts. Okay, so we've got the mechanics down. The machine is built. But even the best system in the world is useless if the goal feels completely impossible. So now we have to talk about the mental game. When you see a number like this, $10,000 a year, it just feels huge, right? It's so big that it can be paralyzing, and it makes you not even want to start. So we can break it down. $833 a month. Okay, that's a little better, but for a lot of us, that still sounds like a massive chunk of money to come up with every single month. But this is where it all clicks. That same intimidating goal is really just $27.40 a day. And all of a sudden, we're not talking about climbing a mountain anymore. We're talking about a series of small, totally manageable daily choices. And what does $27 a day actually look like in real life? Well, it's the difference between making coffee at home and buying it out. It's cooking one more meal at home each week instead of ordering takeout. It's probably canceling a couple streaming services you forgot you even had. See? These aren't huge, painful sacrifices. They're just small, intentional decisions. But even when the math makes perfect sense, your brain has another trap waiting for you. It's called present bias. And it means your brain is hardwired to want the small, instant reward, like that new gadget today, way more than it wants the much bigger, better reward of $10,000 in the future. So you have to do a little mental judo here. You have to reframe it. Stop thinking about saving as losing $27 today. Instead, see it as making progress toward your goal. You aren't depriving yourself of anything, you are actively building something important. And that simple switch changes the entire emotional feel from negative to positive. Now, the fuel for this mental shift is your why. You have to get really clear on why you even want this money in the first place. Is it for freedom? Is it for security? Is it for a down payment on a house? Your why is what turns a boring chore into a deeply meaningful mission. And this isn't just some feel-good motivational talk. The research is clear. People with a strong emotional connection to their goals are over 3 times more likely to actually achieve them. That emotional connection is your rocket fuel. All right, now for the final piece of this puzzle. This is about changing how you fundamentally see money and spending. It's not about tedious budgeting. It's about understanding what your spending is truly costing you. This is something called future value. It's the idea that every dollar you spend today isn't just a dollar. It's also all the money that dollar could have become if you invested it. So that $5 coffee, it's not just $5. It's the $34 it could have been in 20 years. That $3,000 couch, that's potentially $21,000. This simple shift forces you to ask a much better question. Is this purchase really worth its future cost? I love this reframe from the author Morgan Housel. We all think the equation is savings equals income minus expenses, but he argues that's wrong. The real equation is savings equals income minus ego, because a huge chunk of what we spend isn't on needs, it's on ego. So what exactly is ego spending? Well, it's buying stuff to impress other people. It's upgrading your car or your apartment the second you get a raise, just because you feel like you should. It's basically trading your actual tangible future freedom for a little bit of social approval right now. And honestly, cutting your ego spending is probably the fastest and easiest way to boost your savings rate. So we've covered the system, the psychology, and the perspective shifts. But listen, all of this is just interesting information. It's entertainment if you don't actually do anything with it. So let's talk about how to bridge that gap between knowing this stuff and actually doing it. You don't have to change everything all at once. The key is to just do one small thing today. Set up a single automated transfer, even if it's just for $10. The next time you feel an impulse to buy something, just put it on a not now list and wait 30 days. Before your next non-essential purchase, take 30 seconds and calculate its future value. Find one expense in your budget that's more about ego than happiness and just cut it. Start small, but the most important thing is to start. Because really, the gap between the life you have and the life you want isn't about a lack of information. It's about a lack of action. That $10,000 and the freedom it represents is just sitting there, waiting for you to build it one small choice at a time. So the only real question left is, what's your first move going to be?